1. We're going live in a minute now. I think we're live now. Oh, no. Here comes the boy. And the boy's here. Hi, boy. Hi, Edward. Oh, you got a police hat? You know, it's like called Crash the Show for Eddie, is it?
It's my show.
Well, thanks, Bo.
It's my show.
Okay.
It's not yours. It's mine.
Okay. Is it the Eddie Show? It is the Mester Show.
That's my show.
Okay. All right. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Scrum. It's just almost 6 o'clock. 5:59. We started this show, and everybody's awake because I overslept. But
he did.
Okay, thanks. Hope you like and subscribe. We're almost there at 100 people, so that's cool. Talk about today. I'm going to talk about HR for teams, and then coaching your people and helping them grow and mentoring them. Just yesterday, got a discount to a class out of DC. Someone sent me a note. They got to do a better job marketing their classes, but they gave me a big discount, so I posted up. And I actually got someone who complained about getting notes in LinkedIn about the class, and I'm like, well, it's not necessary for you, it's for your connections. So, as coaches, we're also mentors, and when I would do a weekly letter for a couple organizations I would always send in what was going on around town from an Agile perspective. And hi, Ed. And then like whether it be like local Agile groups meetups or classes or whatever I saw, so that way they can further their career. But I always thought it was funny. It's a good discount. I wish I had it when I was younger. Or not younger. When I was starting to take classes, I would take it in a second. But you only get so much. And again, this is why we do it at 5 a.m. in the morning and not 5:59 a.m. in the morning. we get extra people. So item 2 I want to talk about real quick. And this may be a quick one because this is kind of crazy. We want to I don't know what you're looking for. Don't hurt yourself. HR and Agile teams, because there's a big talk about that. And, one of the things I notice a lot of is companies hiring contractors at different locations throughout the country, other countries, and then they think they would all work as a team. But the problem is they're actually like they would hire their teams and spread their people, one person per building or organization, company over the world. So then you'd have like 10 people on and the team, but all 10 people are just scattered everywhere. So it really never leads to anybody working together. And the ones I think I would suggest, if you have any influence over it whatsoever, start getting people to hire. Like if you're going to hire a developer and test in a certain country or whatever, hire them from the same organization or put them in the same building in the same floor in those organizations so they can work together face to face a little bit and develop teamwork, do some pair programming and things like that. It's probably not much harder than it is to hire from all scattered across the place. You can't tell me there's nobody in that area that could do that. Right now we have and I'm not against hiring a different location, because if you do it right, you ever hear the old story where if you were doing a proposal, and let's say the proposal came out on Monday and it was started in New York City, let's say, and they started working on the proposal, and then from New York it went to California or somewhere on the West Coast. So they took it on in the afternoon. From the West Coast, it went to Japan or the Philippines, and they worked on it. And then from the Philippines, it went to India, and they worked on it. From India, it went to like Europe or something like that, and they worked on it. And by the time I got back to the States, the proposal's done. So within 24 hours, they had a proposal ready to get to the customer, just to blow their mind that you had the capability to work continuously to get the work done. So that was a way to win. But I would also add, it's nice having people in different time zones. Just the fact that if we do some dev work here in the States and then it gets tested in India and then the results come back to the States, so it gives you a nice continuous flow. But however, if you don't have dev and test people working together to pop questions to each other while they're working, you need that also. So you need that little combination, or maybe maybe they do some dev work in India and it gets shipped to the United States, and then we'll do some testing. You want, because the dev and test people have different access to different software to check things out, and sometimes a little more capability, which is anti-agile, which is true, is why you want everybody to have some T-shaped skill sets, right? So that they can get access to all the software. But let's say they don't, because let's face it, not every organization set up, especially the ones that scatter their people across the four winds of the world. You can have that discussion. So just from an agile point of view, HR point of view, just hire partners, like hire dev and test in the same from the same company or same area, geographic area, helps out enormously, because then they can ask each other questions and get some thought process as they're doing their work. But it is nice having people in multiple time zones, just so you can get the work theoretically, if it's done right. Like if we were doing the dev in India, and when India was done, they shipped, because they spent 8 hours working coding, because it does take time to code their stuff, ship it to the States. States would then test it and make sure it's working right, and then and vice versa. That way you just get a continuous flow. So there is a benefit to doing it if it's done right. If they're not doing it that way and there's a lot of blocks and things that don't have capability, then it's just not going to work out as well. But if you have a dev and test in the same area, let's say you have a small task that only takes 4 hours, well, then you can hand it to a dev or a test person to finish it. So anyway, that's my HR thing. And it's 7:25, so we're going to make this short. And again, hey, if I get discounts to tests and stuff, I'm still going to send it out to everybody. The ones that don't want to share, I'm trying to add value to people that you can, when you're mentoring people or just have another, like, hey, if I already got the cert, one, I don't mind taking the class twice, because it's a good deal. It helps with all my other EDC, SDUs and PDUs and all those kind of things. So, Eddie, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye. So that's it. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. We started at 5:59, and this is why we, again, started at 5 a.m. and not 5:59, because it's quiet and there ain't nobody here. But I hope you all have a great day. It is Wednesday.
Bye, 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 bye,
Got a lot of
bye,
stuff
bye,
done.
bye,
Everybody
bye,
says,
bye,
bye, bye,
bye, bye, bye,
bye,
bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye.